Good morning, friends. How are you all? Today, we are going to have a wonderful session from a wonderful woman, and she is a doctor. She is a wonderful doctor. I will take a few minutes to introduce her. She is none other than Dr. Asma Munir. If I am going to talk about her profile, it will take another 30 minutes. But I don't take a 30 minutes. I will take a few minutes and introduce Dr. Asma Munir. She is Wonder Woman of Pakistan, MBBS, MCPS, Art, King's College of London, ART, Australia, PGA, Postgraduate Award, UK, Medical Director. Currently, she is working as a Medical Director, New Hope Gynae and Fertility Hospital, Sharjah. She was the ex-director of American IVF and Pregnancy Center, Karachi, Australian Concept INF Medical Center, Sarji Medical IVF Center, LHR, Pakistan, Janine Fertility and Genetic Center, Manama, Bahrain, Consultant in Charge, Boards BMU, Karachi. There are so many affiliations also, like Executive Board Member, Aspire, ASRM, FIGO, Society of OBS and Gynecologists, Pakistan, Endometriotic Society of UK, IVF Society of Pakistan, Endocrine Society of Pakistan, US Society of Pakistan, Pakistan Menopausal Society. Their achievement, if I am going to read 1 or 2 pages. Since her primary education had always been the representative of all the institutions wherever she studied. 30 years in medical practice, 17 years experience in assisted reproduction, and now last 4 years international health coach. First Pakistani doctor to get the hands-on art training in King's College, London, 1994. First Pakistani to achieve the postgraduate award in ART, overseas PhD from Warwick, UNI, UK, 2004. First postgraduate of CPSP to achieve 2 degrees in different subjects in 1 year. Like that, so many achievement is there. And she is a silent ambassador of Pakistan, represented Pakistan in more than 260 national and international conferences on reproductive health, awarded as First Lady Diamond of Pakistan by DXN International, delivered more than 300 lectures in 17 countries on health awareness. So I'm not going to read everything. There are so many achievements of her. So today I'm introducing a great doctor from Pakistan. She is working currently in UAE. She is working as a director of a hospital. She is going to give wonderful information right now. Dr. Asma Munir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Boban, for the very too much words for me. So kind of you. Just a little correction. I'm working in Conceive Gynae and Fertility Hospital because I left the country a few months back and then I was called back. And I'm now in Conceive Hospital. Other than that, I'm still the student of medicine. I'm still a student of my passion. I'm doing nutrition and anti-aging and anti-cancerous researches. Thank you very much, Boban. It gives me a pleasure to be at this platform. Thanks to Dr. Lim, thanks to the UAE management of DXN, especially Bob and Sebastian, Shebi and Salim, that they have given me this opportunity to put forward some of the important aspects of nowadays the worries which all the humanity is facing globally. The topic for today, with the name of Allah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, and with the prayer that Rabbi Shrah li Sadri wa Yassir li Amri Wahlul Uqdatam min Lisani Yafqahu Qawli. Whatever we learn, which should be for the benefit of others, and whatever we do should be liked by Allah, and whatever we earn, we should be risk also. So let me go back to the topic, which is personal health and immunity nowadays. Um, the word personal adding to the health becomes very personal, because anything personal is confidential. And when you see confidential, then some of the things that we are scared of are our own death, our own sickness that we try to hide sometimes, and we try to postpone the things. So the health and wellness, there are two different scenarios. One should understand what is the definition of health by WHO and by the international scientific societies. It is the absence of a disease, number one, plus it is the integrity and the stability of all the systems, may it be physical, mental, spiritual, and even at the biochemical level. You should not have any ailment. That means irrespective of your age, irrespective of your weight, and irrespective of your genetics, you should be normal enough to perform your day-to-day work without any risk and dangers. So that is, as you can see, the word health, already it is having heal inside. That means you are in a process of continuous healing inside, that cells are getting repaired and getting nourished, getting newer. One cell dies, the next cells come in, and then life goes on. But the word wellness is little different. Wellness is healthy individual without any risk of any disease, and also psychological and social wellness. That means you are not scared of your life, you are not scared of what you want to do that you cannot do. So the wellness is when you want to do something, you can do it. So this desire is there in everybody, but sometimes we cannot, we think that we are normal, but we are not. When it comes to a sudden trauma, then we find out that, oh, I cannot cope up. A sudden bad news, or sudden insult of a bacteria, or insult of a virus, then you find out, oh, your body is not coping up. So if I define health, it has the different situations in which we have to label the maintenance of health in different categories. What are the pillars that has to be taken into account if we want to maintain the health, and then which can lead to your wellness? First of all, your genetics, that dictates your future of your cell growth. So that you cannot control, but that is one of the bigger factors now which can give you a sustained immunity. Plus, then the next factor is your diet, your lifestyle. Whatever food you are taking, it has to be a food which should be healthy, which should be at least some balance should be there in that, a proper amount of water, proper mineral intake, proper vitamins, and the proportion of carbohydrates, fat, and proteins should be adequate enough to give you a physical fitness status. Then the next pillar that gives you a problem if you don't do it properly is the lack of mobility. If you don't move, if you don't do the exercise, whatever you are eating is not going to be metabolized nicely, and it will be deposited as extra thing, which will again be a toxic situation for the body to cope up. So the lack of exercise can become one of the greatest issue, even if you are taking a balanced diet. Then comes a proper sleep. A proper sleep, at least 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, good deep sleep without any worry is the key for immunity. Now, people said that if you are not sleeping properly, even you are compromised to get the diseases, not only for psychological setbacks, but also for other cellular health, which is actually maintained or repaired when you are sleeping. And the stress management, this is the topic which is least understood and least managed, because you don't know whether you are stressed or not. There are different types of stresses. It can be physical stress. It can be the mechanical stress, that whatever day you are spending under the stress of your physical activity. There can be a stress of your biological stress, whatever you are eating, it is not up to the mark. So it is a biochemical insult to your body. Then it can be an environmental stress, which is all the pollutions of hazards of industrial waste, or hazards of all the things that we are using nowadays. The people say that the penalty that for modernization is the ill health, cancer, and infertility. So being modern make you nearer or to the excellence of your day-to-day life, but it can give you a remotely a bad health, and it can give you leading to a stress of another kind. Now, when you get out of your house in the morning, stress of driving, you came out late. Now you think that you will go reach late, your boss will be angry. So another stress there. Then you drive in a haste, and then there's another danger to your body, which is caused by yourself. It's not by the disease. It is the certain accidental risk factors are there. Higher is the stress factors, higher is the risk. Bad is the diet, higher is the risk. Lack of exercise or the wrong exercise, higher is the risk. Lack of sleep, higher the risk. And the best factor which now people are coming up, the scientists are saying, company is important. The net of life is important, and the net of life is your family and friends. If you don't have a family, it's Minjaniballah, but you can create a family. Your friends be your family, your neighbors can be your family, because if this psychological and psychosocial attachment is there, it has been seen and it has been investigated. The people who remain happy, who maybe are busy in helping others, who are busy in taking care of other people, they live longer. People who laugh, they live longer. The quality of life is more important, and the quality of life depends upon how you spend it. Who are the people around you? If you have negative people around you, you are going to end up in negative scenarios. Or if you have some good positive friends who are there to take care of you, who are there to guide you, you are blessed, because it's a very well-known saying that the poorest man on earth are two people: one who doesn't have a dream, and two who doesn't have a friend. So I feel this is the key factors nowadays, that we are too busy to maintain the friendship, to maintain the relationship, and that's why we are busy in things that are making more danger to our life. So the condition which body seems to be sound, it should be not only mind and spirit, physical fitness, but it should be that you should have a stamina to sustain any sort of insult which is your body is going to fight back. In olden days, there are state of mind and state of body balancing were being talked about, and there was a black bile, a person who had a very hot personality. He was supposed to be, taken differently. So body fluids, excessive or decreased body fluids also increases your chances of ill health. Plus, there is discovery by William Harvey, who suggests that even the body of um, stressed person is going to behave as if he's having a fever. That means your high metabolic rate can give rise to your psychological and biochemical insights. Now, the factors which do affect, as I said earlier, your body are not only the genetic factors. At the minute you are born, or before even you are being developed inside the womb of your mom, and by 8 weeks of your age, the would-be baby suffers from deficiencies and defects which are dependent on the care of the mother. So now what we have to do, take care of the would-be mom, of diet, physical fitness, good sleep, and prevention of external pollutions and infections and viruses. Lifestyle, definitely, it takes care of your food, water, rest, exercise, and your habits. You can change your habits, but definitely nature cannot change. You have to cultivate your habits, which leads to a very good health. Now, generally, the health doesn't mean, as I told you, the absence of a disease or illness. It means the physical fitness or anything which improves your longevity, reduces your susceptibility to a disease. Now, what are the factors which can give you good health? As I said, good balanced diet, which should be maybe less in amount, but should be composite, should have all the micro and macro nutrition. We should have a good value of proteins, value of minerals. Now see, it's simple vitamins, that the chemicals which are vital for life, like vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin A, B complexes, they cannot be created or be produced by the body. They have to be taken from outside. And if you don't take it from outside, time would come that your muscles, your heart, your brain is going to cry. And this craving is not understood properly by a normal person. Or they have to go to a doctor, you have to see the blood values, and then you decide. It's better to prevent rather than to suffer and then to start taking those natural vitamins. Then your physical activities, your occupation, the type of occupation. There are lots of occupational hazards. The area where you're working can give you toxins from inside, from outside. Now your body is fighting from internal toxin and imbalances, and also the toxins from outside. If I'm working in a radiology department, I'm all the time exposed. Even if I covered some part of my body, I'm exposed to all this bombardment of radiation. I might end up, God forbid, in cancer. So all these occupational hazards, driving, long driving, hot weather, the biochemical hazards of industries, all these things can give you another risk factor. Plus lack of meditation. We don't meditate. We don't give time to relax. Mind and body have to be detached to give you relaxation. So the prayers, where whatever religion you belong, you have to go back to nature. You have to bow down in front of Allah, and that time you relax yourself. This is the best relaxation, doing meditation and giving a time in starting an early day, going back to early gives you not only health but also the body can redeem its functions next day. We thought that heart disease was the highest factor of risk factor for the human being, but no, now they say the cancer is the biggest risk. The characterization of identification of good health would be excuse me, that you should be free of sickness and disease. There should not be any hurry and worry. Social and psychological tensions, if they come across, you can fight back. You have confidence of whatever you are doing, and you enjoy. When you are living, you enjoy your living, you enjoy your work, you enjoy your relationships. So all these things say that they indicate that you are in good health. If you don't enjoy your work, if you don't enjoy your lifestyle, if you don't enjoy your family's company, that means there is something wrong which is not okay. There is something which is deficient. Maybe it be a simple vitamin. And the ability to work efficiently will only be possible if you have a good health. Now, the diseases can be acquired, it can be congenital, you are born with the disease, or it can be after the birth, it can be some communicable disease, it can be a mutation disease, it can be an infectious disease. A lot of things can be only a deficiency, or it can be a chronic degenerative disorder, or last but not the least can be a cancer or allergic conditions. All these diseases are either acquired due to ill health or due to ill genetic control, but the common diseases that we see are either deficiencies or pathogens. Now, deficiencies in the developed world are difficult to see because people are aware of what is health and they continue taking vitamins and exercise, but the outside surrounding is not in their control. So the governing body of those countries take care of that pollution or take care of that industrial pollution, or the environmental health is taken care by them. But there are certain organisms which even they escape that prevention, and they can be viruses, they can come through your food, they can come through your water. There are certain parasites which are in the form of an egg. They become a full parasite, they end up in your body in a big parasite, and they keep sucking your blood. So virus, bacteria, fungi, protozoa, all these things that pathogens are the agents that can cause a pathology, that's a disease. And the mode of transmission can be anything. It can be water, food, surrounding, airborne, your expired air, and all the things that you touch. The risk factors are there. Once they enter into the body, they multiply, and then they keep on giving you a number which can give you a disease. So some of the bacteria, they come from food. Then some of the bacteria, they come from water. The transmission can be because of anything, ending up in the symptoms, whatever the type of bacteria is attacking you. Now, this is a commoner disease, pneumonia, which is a complication of COVID-19 also. And there it can be due to a virus, it can be due to bacteria, and it is the symptoms can be from light cough to difficulty to breathe, headache, chills, it can be there. But all these things, if you see here, these are the ends of the lungs which are getting swollen up, and the transmission of the transport of oxygen and back to carbon dioxide back to your lung is getting difficult. So coming from common cold to the chronic disease, and now the coronavirus, the COVID-19, whatever it is going to attack the surface first. Now your defense, first defense is your skin. And the skin, if it is healthy, if it has all the police force there, all the immunity that I'm going to talk about, then even anything which strikes can be dealt with locally. If you see there's a mosquito bite, it releases the plasmodium, which can make you sick with malaria. Then it goes, becomes can be cerebral malaria. So lots of things can be discussed. But if your body immunity is strong enough to give you that fight back authority, whatever is the alien, you will fight back, and then the organism can be captured. Now, all these organisms, if they come to the body, there are certain defenses that I'm going to talk about, and these defenses, they are known as immunity. The overall ability to fight back is the immunity. There are two types of immunity. It can be innate immunity. That means when a person is born, they are given this immunity by mother's milk or by the development of the cells coming from thymus, coming from the bone marrow, and then the graveyard of the abnormal things are the liver and spleen and the lymph nodes. And the acquired ones are when they're not there by birth, but they are being given when the cells are being given some memory. That means either by a vaccine or by confrontation of the disease itself. So innate immunity, with the barriers are the natural killer cells and the white blood cells which are inside your body, and they give you the power to fight back. And then the cells which are special type of cells, which are the killer cells, and they are T and B lymphocytes. Humoral cells, when you create an antibody like vaccine, you provide a source of infection which is non-toxic only, then identification of those cells coincide, and the body memorizes, oh, this is a bad cell, and creates a force against it. That's a humoral antibody related or acquired immunity. Now this immunity can be of fourth barrier. Inside immunity gives you four types of barrier. One is the physical, which is the skin, and then physiological, whatever your body physiology, the function, it gives you the prevention of occurrence of a disease. And the cells that I just talked about, they create some chemicals which are poisons for these viruses and bacteria. These are the cytokines and the interleukins. Now the physical barrier, as I said, that whenever there is something which comes in contact with your skin, the first thing is the skin, which these microorganisms, they strike, and our cells go there for rescue, like a border of a country. And these forces, the armed forces of your body, they come and they capture and they kill. And the lining of your body, like for example, your eyes, your nose, your ear, your mouth, your other orifices of your body, they have low pH, which kills the organisms, and also they have some secretions which gives you the engulfing power of these infected agents, like bacteria or viruses or any physical trauma. Anything which gives this coating is there to prevent the direct damage to the lining. Same is happening with the lungs nowadays, that if you don't have the lungs secured by this mucus coating or a lining which is healthy, you will get very quickly the chronic diseases. Then the physiological barriers, like stomach, you have an acid, hydrochloric acid. Eyes, you have tears, the physiological barriers, saliva, and the wax in the ear. The cellular barriers, these are white blood cells, as I told you, and the type of special type of WBCs which are secreting, which are having these chemicals to kill these aliens are the proteins which are known as interferons, and interferons are the especially I'm mentioning this because it protects you from the viral infections. And the acquired immunity, as I told you, it is given by primary immune response, and the secondary response, that's a memory is created, and by giving vaccines we can do that. Now the whenever there is a foreign body comes into your body, the cells recognizes, and these antibodies, they create a memory and they create an antibody. Now next time this bacteria or virus comes in, the antibodies are already there, they quickly attack, and the body is now safe. So this is the cell mediated response of the immunity. Now what happens when the principle of memory is the antigenic properties by proteins? So you should have good proteins in the body so that you can give yourself a good immunization back support. If you sneeze, or if there is an infected person sneeze in front of you without any barrier, you are going to get so many things. You can get allergies, you can get asthmas, you can get infections from other bacteria or viruses, and definitely these allergic phenomena need some anti-allergic properties which are there in the cells of white cells which will create. But sometimes it happens that your own cells, they become your enemy, and they create the antibody against yourself, like rebellions in an environment. Like if you are in a country and some people start talking against you, and they start destroying the whole of the country environment, and the physical structure of, and the stress is there. So in case of the human body, this is known as autoimmunity, where autoimmune disorders comes into action and can give you lifelong threatening diseases. So the immune system in the body is your lymphoid organs, starting from each cell. Each cell of your body gives you the cell security, starting from your tonsils, your thymus, your lymph nodes, your lymphatic vessels, your spleen, your patches in the intestine, your appendix, your bone marrow. Everything is ready to prepare the lymphatic tissue, which is going to help into give rise on the bone marrow to give the new cells. Once the dead cell is there, then it is taken to the graveyard of the cells, which is either recycled, or the best things are taken in and the waste things are going on out from with urine, with stool, with saliva, with your sweat, and the tissues, they are being dumped into liver and the lymph nodes. So all these things can give you secondary infection. Now there are certain viruses which even reduce your immunity. These are the acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, which is AIDS. And nowadays they say that COVID-19 is also having a messenger RNA, which is similar to the RNA of HIV. Lots of research is yet to come for COVID-19, but the transmission is the same, that it is through an alien who has, through a person who has infection, is going to transmit it to the other person. So it can be a mutated virus, it can be a droplet infection, it can be a contact infection contaminated by these viruses, can give you, with the body fluids, can give you all these problems. Now, how it goes into the body, that it attacks on the cell barrier is broken, it goes directly to the nucleus, the RNA is being mutated, the type of virus changed the life of the cell, and then it starts replicating. Now this replication is going to give you a good number of viruses to cause viremia, or higher number of viruses in the blood cells, which definitely your immunity cannot cope up, and you start having your symptoms. And the diagnosis, definitely when you have symptoms, you go to the doctor and you find that okay, this is going to be this disease or that disease. Cancer, again, this is one of the most commonest cause of death in the world, which is coming up because of the chemicals in the food, which is being mutating your nucleus to make one normal cell into an abnormal cell. So the dimensions of the cancers needs another more time to go ahead, but definitely we can come back to how to improve our immunity. Now, what do we do? What do we do? Before I go on to the next situation, I would stress on the food that increases your immunity. Now, this, as you know, as I had already told you, that immunity is dependent on your genetics, on your lifestyle, diet, and your internal, the shurtas or the police force. What builds this force is the protein. Now, if you're not taking a good quality protein, you will end up in low immunity. If you don't take rest, you will end up in low immunity. All this low will give you a higher chance of illness or sickness. May it be COVID-19, maybe a simple flu or any illness. So who are those people who are more prone to these diseases, which are already having some underlying metabolic disease or some systemic disease, which is already declining their immunity. Now, once we say that, what do we eat? We should eat a food which should be balanced. Do we have the time to take that? So there are certain helping hands for you. Now, this platform, thanks to Dr. Lim and thanks to the company, has given you the food supplements, which is fighting on all the 4 or 5 backgrounds. It is giving you food in quantity and quality. It is giving you the cell health, and they are giving you all the products. They are giving you immunomodulation. They modulate your immunity. If your immunity is low, they increase the immunity. They give you the strength to fight back. Now, especially if I take the name of Ganoderma lucidum, or if I take the name of spirulina, all these food supplements are under the umbrella of this platform is because they have similar properties but different ways of their action. Now, Ganoderma, being the biggest herb of mankind, which human has come across, is the king of herbs, and it is one of the herbs which has the properties not only to fight back itself, but also to create or to make your body, which is the best doctor, to make this body a consultant. How? Because it gives you the required agenda to work for in whatever the type of insult your body is facing. May it be allergy, may it be systemic disease, may it be your low immunity, may it be your lack of concentration, lack of sleep, mental instability, stressful lifestyle. This product is a miraculous product. That's why I always call miraculous products for miraculous body. God, Allah has given you a miraculous body. This miraculous body is still the human being cannot realize how it is functioning in totality. We have learned a lot, but still we lack a lot of information about how these cells, they keep themselves without a brain. Each cell has in itself is a complete in harmony. Once this harmony is gone, you are sick. The wall of the cells is just like a room. If you have a good building and if you have a weak dependency or the weak infrastructure, this building is not going to stand long. Same way, the drainage of the cells, if it is not there, it's not going to stay longer time for being healthy. Now, these products, they give you not only the integrity of the cell wall, the epigenetic control of the genetic execution of the command. What I mean, it's a very difficult sentence. The genetics are controlling your ability to produce a disease. For example, I am a diabetic person. I have given this diabetic gene to my child, but the baby is not diabetic at birth. The baby has got a tendency to be a diabetic if there is anything like another trigger factor is there. If I don't let my child handle the diet properly, definitely he or she is going to end up in diabetes. So that is known as epigenetics. Like, for example, I always give an example of a hungry tiger, which is chained. This hungry tiger is your gene. Now, if the tiger is, the chains are off, it's going to damage you. So these chains are your lifestyle and diet. Now, if you take care of your diet and your lifestyle, you can take care of this genetic code of the disease. Similarly, the environmental pollution you cannot reduce, but all these products give you anti-allergic properties. They have antibiotic properties. They have anti-inflammatory properties. They have properties to meet the oxidative stress on the body. What is an oxidative stress? As I mentioned earlier, it's a physiological stress. Your body is performing a lot of functions, and all these functions, they end up in bio fragments, which are the end product of the metabolism, which are chemicals which can be toxic if they sustain inside the body. Now, these sustained toxic elements can give rise to a disease or can give rise to an ailment which will be there maybe for temporary reason. It can be there for life. It can become damaging to the organs also. So if you have something in the body every day which can take care of this oxidative stress, the free radicals which are being released as a result of this metabolism, they are the bullets for your cells. So if these bullets can be taken care of by the antioxidants which are there in every product. So antioxidants can prevent aging. Antioxidants can prolong your cell health. Antioxidant can repair the cells. So the properties of a food should be that it should have good antioxidants. So the food, if you are not eating a proper food, you are liable to be at a higher risk. So Rishi Ganoderma can give you the properties of immunomodulation, can release the swellings, more so at the bases of the lungs, which are now the heart tissue, the lungs, the culprit of COVID-19. It is affecting the lining of your nasal mucosa, and this is the passage where it is entered. So we have 4 journals and kernels which are fighting at that level. One, Ganoderma. Second is the spirulina, which itself it is having interferons and antiviral properties. Ganoderma also is having antiviral properties, and it has the properties of decreasing the reaction of the body, which ends up in inflammation, which decreases your oxygenation. So it improves the oxygenation at the cell levels, and also it improves the transport of oxygen to the required organ. All these things matter. They matter because if you don't have oxygen for a limited time, you are gone. The brain is very sensitive with 2 things, glucose and oxygen. Glucose in the blood should be okay, and your oxygen should be in good levels so that you don't have threatening situation for your life. So taking Ganoderma daily in whatever kind, you can start the day with cleaning with Ganoderma with the paste. You can drink the coffee. You can have a shower. Soap. Now we say, okay, well, soap is the best thing for COVID-19. What if that soap is antiviral? So you have a double-barrel gun. You wash with a soap which has a soap quality, which is again breaking the wall of the COVID-19, and itself is antiviral, giving you repair of the cells, so you don't have to worry about it. Then the third thing is your Ganoderma, which is there in the mint. If you take that orally, you go out of the house, and then you have some antiviral agent in the mouth, nothing will go inside. If you have inhalation, or if you cover the mask with the tea tree cream, there also you have an antiviral product with you. So coffee, shampoo, soap, pure Rishi itself, internal innate immunity can be provided. Having a healthy environment will give you a sustainable health and a preventability. Then the spirulina also, with all the vitamins, especially vitamin C and vitamin D, which are, and the zinc and selenium, which are must to prevent COVID-19 minimally, and otherwise also you need it for the development of the cells, also for the prevention of other diseases also. So you have a bulk of these micronutrients available in spirulina. Only 2 things the science is proving little low in quantity, which is B12 and your vitamin D. So vitamin D it's already there into your skin, but it is an inactive form. So you need at least 20 minutes of sunlight that you can introduce in your body, and your vitamin D can be manufactured by this skin itself. So these are the preventive things that you can take care of your body and your diet on a daily basis. It improves your chances. Even if you get the disease, you will come up fast, and it will prevent the disease itself. Third thing, important thing is Moranzi and the Roselle. Noni juice, noni fruit itself has been taken as one of the miraculous old-time traditional Chinese medicine pillar, which gives you not only the immunity, it takes care of similarly the inflammations in the body, the parasites in the body, the viruses in the body, as a disinfectant, as an antiseptic agent, and also the digestive tract cleansing. Remember, all the barriers of second to the skin goes from your passages. Now the second biggest passage is your gut, your intestine. And if the intestine you take care by giving the force of Moranzi and Roselle on a regular basis, it keeps up cleansing. And this cleansing, it gives the integrity of the lining of the stomach, the lining of the intestine to do their function properly. Now these cells, they are having some lymphoid tissue at the base, which also are producing the antibodies to kill any alien which is coming through the food. Now, if you don't have all these digestive supports, you will end up in some digestive disorders. So whatever medicine you take, whatever food you take is not going to be sufficiently giving you the benefit what it should give if you have a good lining. Water intake, 70% of your body is water. So water, definitely 2 to 3 liters of water now in Ramadan. You need to have a good amount of water. Alkaline. Acidity of the body can make you more sick. If you have alkaline food, which all the products of us are alkaline, it will improve your oxygenation. It will improve your prevention towards any disease. So alkalinity is the key. Even the cancer can be prevented in an alkaline environment. It has been suggested by scientific data. Lots of articles are there for that. So noni on a regular basis, Roselle on a regular, because remember, it has been emphasized that vitamin C should be taken too much to improve your immunity. You have enough vitamin C in your Lemon, in your Roselle. So mix Moranzi and Roselle and break the fast with that. So that is the best support that you can give in terms of fluid. Black coffee or any coffee having Ganoderma is going to give icing on the cake to give you internal support. Cordyceps, the other pillar is the cordyceps. The cordyceps is one of the mushrooms which is the most precious mushrooms in the world of mushrooms, and it gives you stamina, it gives you good oxygenation, it takes care of your lungs, it takes care of capillary health, it takes care of your transport of oxygen and coming back the carbon dioxide back towards outside air. So if these capillaries are healthy, your heart is healthy, your lung is healthy, your brain is healthy, your eyes are healthy, your inner finer structures are healthy, and your lungs, if they are healthy, you can have a good quality and good level of oxygenation of the cells. So whatever condition you are in, if you are sick, if you are a child, if you are a male, if you are a female, your bodies have the same mechanism of security. Only thing that you can change is the hormonal instability as a male and female. Now this cordyceps, mind you, cordyceps also affecting the circulation of your reproductive system. So it improves your reproductive ability. It improves the reproductive ability of the eggs. It improves the reproductive ability of the sperm, the count, the motility, the function, the uterine environment, the tubal inflammation. All these are taken care by cordyceps. So combination of reishi, Moranzi, spirulina, and cordyceps is the biggest combination of the world that can take care of your all systems. So I wish that you can understand that, and hopefully if we take care of all these things, we should be able to fight back with every disease. There is one more product which is nowadays least taken, but it is very, very important, that is lion's mane. Lion's mane is the only product in the world which has nerve growth factor. You know, We doctors, we believe that once the nerve is dissected or it is cut, it cannot repair. But the world of lion's mane means like resembling the hair of a white lion. This mushroom has got so much potential to improve the nervous system. See, your body, human being is a man, is a thing which is controlled by brain. And if the brain is full of neurons, and these neurons are day to day repairing themselves, but if they die, they cannot be repaired. It has got a nerve growth factor which can improve the health of the nerves. And the nervous system, if it is stable and sound, your personality, your diet, the activity of your bowel movements, activity of your bladder controls, activity of your consciousness, eyes, ears, all the reflexes, they are all dependent on your nerves. Even your mood dependent on those chemical factors which are released by the nerves in the brain. So all this integrity, if you need, and you are in a habit of controlling it, and you want to control it, if you are confronting any problem, you start taking lion's mane regularly, at least 2 to 4 tablets of candies a day to improve the repair. It affects the digestive system indirectly by affecting the nerves controlling the gut. It affects your memory, improves in recognition and cognition of the brain function. So all the things in totality gives you a strong body which can fight back with anything in the world. So time doesn't permit me to make you understand all the products, but Ganoderma has been put in a lot of things, not only in tea and coffee and cocoa and soap. It is there in oil also, and that is massage oil. If you apply that oil on the skin, it's a barrier. And there is one thing I must mention here, I've been forgetting, that is coconut virgin oil. Science has proven that it has got the best antiviral properties. Now, if you eat coconut oil in your meal, or if you apply it, you are producing enough immunity against viruses. So start taking coconut oil in your regular meals. Like, for example, if you want to give immunity to your kids, you are having some boiled rice, just mix little coconut oil into it. It not only gives you the resistance, it gives you the antiseptic properties, it gives you the anti-bad cholesterol properties, and also it improves your heart function. So it reduces your weight. So all these properties of coconut virgin oil is there, and you have it. So start using all these products and you can prevent it. Now let's come to the another aspect of what we are facing nowadays. What should I do and if I have COVID-19, God forbid? Remember, I told you that COVID-19, even if it affects the people, it affects those people who have low immunity, which are having these pre-existing conditions like sugar, like heart disease, like blood pressure, and insulin resistance. What is insulin resistance? You have a hormone insulin in your body, which is there in good levels, but it is not working. So it will not only decline the metabolism, but also with this higher level of insulin will have bad effect on your other systems of the body, and more susceptibility to infections, and more liability to obesity, and last but not the least, it will induce stress also. So all these, there are other diseases also, but these are the pre-existing conditions, and these are the patients of COVID-19s who are having a higher comorbidities. And what do you mean by comorbidity? Means complications of your disease. Normal people, good immunity, even if the COVID-19 attacks, they will come back nicely and they recover nicely without any residual problem. But all these patients, they are risking their life. What do? This high insulin, you have to manage by taking low carbohydrate, by having a good moderate protein. And nowadays people think that having fat in your diet is not bad, because you are not taking carbohydrates. If you are taking instead of carbohydrate fat, it becomes organized or a change of a keto diet. So there are three important factors that these people who are having COVID-19, they should take care. In these three products, these three necessities are the zinc, vitamin D, and vitamin C. Zinc is there in our supplements also. In your diet, you can have it in cheese, in red meat, in shellfish, in oysters, and cod liver is having abundant vitamin D, salmon, and 20 minutes in sun. And vitamin C, please, I want to clear one concept of vitamin C in orange juice. Orange juice itself is not having a good quality vitamin C. It's a big statement I'm giving, but it has been proven that when you make orange juice and this tin juice is there with you, they have preservative. And this type of vitamin C and this type of the citrusness of that juice is not actually vitamin C. So what you can have the things which are having pure vitamin C, like you have avocado, you have rosal with us, you have lemon, and you can have the things that, 1 minute, next, last slide, next time. Yeah, no, the one that the first picture, before that. Yeah, no. Now this is the, this is the what I was talking about, insulin, which regulates glucose, but it's not only regulates glucose, it also regulates every cell of the body. So important thing is that. Now regarding vitamin C need is at least 700 to 900 milligram per day. Nowadays you should take. Now if you have lemon with you, it has enough lemon inside and tea and Ganoderma, which can give you strength, which can give you vitamin C, and which can give you antiviral properties. Rosal, it is 250 times more vitamin C in comparison to lemon. So these combinations you can increase by giving you a factor of immunization against the fight of this COVID-19. This has properties which are going to give us a lot of benefits on regular use, not only for in one day. Regular use of aloe vera, regular use of lemon, and definitely all the things are there. Let me give you some of the references that will give you more confidence to see that all these products are not only antiviral but also giving you immunity to even for the other diseases. Like for example, Ganoderma is giving you a lot of chemokines, which are giving you even the immunity for the cancer, and then the activities are giving you the immunity against the apoptosis, the cell death, which the body is taking care, and the antibacterial, antiviral, all these references are there if you want to. This is the latest one, which is 2019, which is giving you what we are talking about, the immune modulatory activity, which is the white cells are giving you. And this is the latest in November 2019. This is giving you that interleukin 10, the expression of interleukin 10, which is having a property of giving you a problem. This have an antagonist property against that. So Ganoderma is going to take care of tumor necrosis factor, IL-6, IL, all these scientific data. You need not go into the moderation of science, but the fact remains the same. That this is going to give you the immunity against fungus, against bacteria, against cancer, against your age, against your the environment, against any sort of stress on the body, may it be physical, mental, or psychological. So all these evidences are there. Spirulina, all these evidences on the website are there. If you want to know more about it, you can go about it, because the time doesn't permit me to go on those. And these are the effect on immune system which we are talking. Spirulina works in two ways. It produces the body of the cells itself, being protein, making RBCs and WBCs, and it has a direct effect on the immunity, may it be innate or specific immunity. It produces the natural killer cells, it produces the macrophages, and it produces the antibodies. Cordyceps, again, it has the properties of more than a medicine. It works to give you the complete range of cell health, longevity, being more than 4,000-year-old mushroom, And again, Noni has all the properties. Professor Neil Solomon books are there. They say from head to toe, from A to Z, you name the problem, and Noni can take care of it if it is taken in a sustainable time, not in 1 or 2 days. You take it at a regular base. All these products, lion's mane, all these products give you the benefit of your immunity, higher immunity. Now, when we talk about tea tree cream, it's a small product in our platform, and it gives you antiviral, antifungal, immunomodulatory, local antiseptic. You can use on the acne, and you can use on the boils and cuts and wounds. It has been used as tea, as a regular beverage, but the tree itself is giving you a tea tree oil, which is all these. More than 800 articles are there, and some of them I've read, and it's difficult to narrate them here. But again, it is an immunomodulator, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, and a good sanitizer. It's a natural deodorant. So research is already there. So hopefully we can finish our talk here. If there are any questions regarding COVID or regarding any of the topic, you can ask. Yes, Mr. Bowen.
Thank you, Dr. Asma Munir, for the wonderful presentation. It was a great presentation with a simple English, and everything has been explained in a proper manner, because the whole world is talking about immunity. Our great doctor, our loving doctor, she explained each and everything for today. Each and every, we all should understand this information, and we should implement this information in our life. Thank you so much, Dr. Asma Munir. And now we will go for a few questions. It was a great presentation. The first question asked by one of our leader: if we take spirulina regularly, is there any issue of uric acid? That is a question, Doctor.
Yeah, this is a very common question asked to me, because people think that uric acid is increased by spirulina. Uric acid is a metabolic problem. See, uric acid comes from the degradation of the proteins. Now, may it be spirulina, may it be any protein. Proteins coming from vegetables or proteins coming from animal source. If they are not being functionally accepted by the body, it is going to be there in the blood. So what to say of spirulina? Spirulina is protein. When the doctor limits you not to take protein, if you're not taking mutton, you should also restrict the higher dose of spirulina. Like kidney damage. The kidney damage is not one-day disease. It is a slowly progressive disease in which the proteins are getting excreted unwillingly. So you limit the intake of protein. So spirulina is a protein. So wherever protein is contraindicated by a doctor, spirulina is also there to be contraindicated in common sense. So uric acid is produced by the proteins, and the crystals are getting accumulated either in the kidney or in the joints, giving you gout or kidney disorder. So avoid spirulina in a bulk. See, 250 milligram is in your one kidney. So, excuse me, more than 1 gram of spirulina, which is not tolerated by your system, should not be taken. It's not something contraindicated by any company. It is the contraindication medically to a food. May it be from any origin. May it be like dal, may it be mutton, may it be the seeds of the tomato. They're all uric acid producing things. So whatever so what you would say, okay, I will not eat tomato from now on because it is giving me uric acid. Of course, you have a problem of uric acid metabolism. So you take care of that metabolism by active disease management, which is Rishi Ganoderma. And Rishi Ganoderma being having a property of saccharides is going to give you the cover there. Okay, I hope it satisfies you. You should not take higher dose of spirulina when you have a high uric acid. Nobody, because it is a common sense.
Thank you, doctor. We will go to the next question. Is there any DXN product which will give a vitamin D?
Not so far, because vitamin D is dependent on radiation, which is ultraviolet rays of the sun, because vitamin D3 is in your body in an inactive form under the skin. It gets activated by radiation, and this activation, which people are giving you as cod liver oil, is through fish, salmon. But this is in spirulina, vitamin D is not that high, but you have to take in other forms of diet. So in our products, vitamin D's are there, but not to the extent to cover the deficiency of vitamin D. You have to take it extra dose of spirulina.
Doctor, there is a question from a leader. Doctor, can you talk a little bit about infertility and DXN product, the relation between DXN product, little bit. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Now that's very interesting, because I like that topic. That's my field. Reproductive health is dependent, either male or female, on deficiencies and deformities and pathologies. Now, deficiencies, you are born with no testicles, there's no sperm, there's no egg, there's no tube, there's no uterus, you cannot get pregnant. You don't have hormones coming rightly from the brain, you cannot get pregnant. DXN products are food. They are going to help the system which are already there fully, but not functioning properly. Like, for example, if you have a hormone which is not balanced, if you have a quality of cell which is not healthy, and if you have a cell which is not moving normally, like a sperm, healthy sperm, we have all these 3-4 products. Ganoderma, which is going to affect as anti-aging effect, which is having an anti-inflammatory. If there is an inflammation on the tubes, if there is an inflammation on the uterus, if there is an inflammation on the testicles or in the passages, Ganoderma is going to reduce that, but in a higher dosage. You have to take it regularly and in a higher dosage. It's a requirement dependent on individuality. So the balancing of the hormones, the anti-aging properties, the oxidative stress is the killer of the cell. I'm talking about oxidative stress repeatedly. This is the term that is least understood by a normal person. It is the stress released by the body itself. So if you have antioxidant, nowadays you see the market is full of antioxidant for infertility management, vitamin E. So we have loads of antioxidants in every product of ours. So what do? We take regularly Ganoderma in a higher dose, at least 4 to 6 RGGL pairs. Spirulina, at least 10 to 15 spirulina daily. Moranzi regularly, because it helps you to not only balance your hormones, it affects on uterine activity, it affects on uterine lining, it affects on your swellings of the organs, and also it affects on the desires, cordyceps, the sexual desires, the actions, the fertilization, the ovulation, the growth potentials, all are seen to be improved by the regular intake of these 4 supplements. According to Professor Ratna Vasupal, she has seen maximum time given to a couple who has everything okay, but not getting pregnant. Remember, age is also a very big factor, that if you are above 35, your quality of egg and sperm is going to decline. So the chances of pregnancy already are low in those couples. So you have to have a moderate systems which are there. If there is no tube, the DXN product cannot kill.
Thank you, doctor, for the answer. Wonderful answer. There is few more questions, doctor, so we need to cut short the answer also. One leader from UAE asking, lemon tea is having sugar, so is it safe to use for the sugar patients?
Yeah, this is not, that's very good question. I have to say that I missed it, because lemon tea has got a good glucose level. So I don't think diabetic people should take that. Diabetic people can take direct lemon and vitamin C tablets instead. Also, roselle is a little sweet, but that is a fruit sugar. If you take fruit sugar, it is not going to increase your glucose level immediately. Fructose is better than glucose. So that's why roselle is better than lemon tea for diabetic patients. You can dilute it in more water.
Okay.
And
And there
Moranzi,
is one more.
don't take Moranzyme for diabetic people. Moranzi can
Okay.
be taken.
More and she is better. Okay. And there is one more question from a leader. I think you already answered in your training. Still, we will read that question. The question is, which products are best for immune system? I think you already explained. Once again, within 30 seconds.
Yeah, every product which is developing your cells, which is increasing your cytokines, which is increasing your interferons, which is decreasing the resistance, which is giving you the good metabolism, which is killing the acidity, which is alkaline, is going to give immunity. And leave about the products, leave about your environment, leave it all. Just I'm not going to talk that everybody is talking about. What are you yourself? Your genetic code, your reaction to your life, your happiness, your wishful thinking, your environment, your friends, your attitude, that changes your immunity. Happy people, smiling people, laughing people. See, the laughter is the best medicine, you must have heard. Good oxygenation, good muscular activity of your face. It makes you beautiful, it makes you healthy. So immunity is not only the drugs and the food and your medicines or your vaccines. Immunity is also you take care of your mind health, take care of your happiness. Start having a positive attitude towards life. Even if you live one day, you live happily with a good positive attitude. And you can
Thank
feel
you,
everything.
doctor. There is one more question. How long we need to use a DXN product for our immune?
Another
How
question?
long?
Okay, my question to the same person. How long we breathe? How long we keep on drinking water? How long we keep on eating? Is there any answer to it? Same is the answer. If you are eating every day a food which is not having all the security for you, you continue this product for life. May it be intermittent. Like for example, if there's a maintenance dose, I take 1 pair or 2 pair daily, but the thing I see in surrounding, I'm stressed, I cannot sleep, I am seeing flu around, I increase the bulk to 6 to 8 pairs, 3 to 4, depending upon the situation. Like I'm thirsty with 1 glass of water enough for me. But if in a hot season, I will drink 4 glasses. So according to the requirement, according to your situation that you are confronting, you may take it every day, you may take it in alternate day, you may take it 2 to 3 times a week. If you are living, like for example, Dr. Lim went to Australia and the Australian said everybody is healthy, water is pure, air is pure, why should we take DXN product? Dr. Lim took the newspaper, he said, how many people died today? He said, committed suicide. There were a long list. You need mental health also. So you see the situations, if you are stressful, if you're having a compromised situation, you should increase day to day. But if you are okay, 2 to 3 times a week.
Thank you, doctor. And there is a question from a leader, whether RGGL is safe for children or not.
RGGL is safe. For me, my medical background tells me what age is the food taken for the baby. When do you start weaning? Previously, 4 months, now about 4.5 to 6 months. When the liver enzymes, they are mature enough to take care of any diet, you can give RGGL. That is after 6 months to be safe. Because firstly, mushroom doesn't need enzymes to be absorbed. It can absorb directly. Secondly, it is the immaturity of the liver and the immaturity of the spleen, which is slowly developing in a small baby. If the requirement is there, if the baby is too sick, then you start early, like 3 months. But otherwise, 5 to 6 months, I think we can give Gokozi, and now any food can be sustained.
Thank you, doctor. And there is one more question. How to take a DXN product with a cold water, warm water, normal water?
Because warm water, they say it should not be very hot because it declines the properties of the mushroom. It should be normal water. I take it in normal water, little lukewarm water, which is sustainable, not to give a side bad effect on our GGL. So you can, in normal water or mix with Moranzi, it gets easily mixed up. In cold water, it is difficult to mix. So that's why we say it's a normal room temperature or a lukewarm water with the addition of Moranzi makes it more easily digestible.
There's one more question. One leader is asking. He's getting tired feeling frequently nowadays. So what to do?
That's depends upon 3-4 things. Why he is tired? Is he old? In DXN, nobody gets old, number one. Number two, is he having low hemoglobin? Is he having diabetes? Is he on any drugs? Because there are certain drugs which decrease the heart rate. When the heart rate is decreased, oxygenation is decreased. When the oxygenation is decreased, you feel tired. Are you living constantly in AC? You're not going out. Nowadays, we are stressed. You're not going out. You feel suffocated. And your diet is not having micronutrition. If you're not having a micronutrition, you will feel tired, even if you look healthy. But your vitamins are not up to the mark. B complexes, vitamin B12, you have to take it from outside. All the vitamins you have to take it from outside. To start taking lion's mane, start taking spirulina, start taking your Rizal if you're not diabetic, take your Lemasi, and doing exercise. If you do your exercise, you improve your chances for oxygenation.
Thank you, doctor. There is one more question. Those who are having a heart-related problem, which product is the most suitable for those people?
See, all the products are helping every cell of our body, but more so is Rishi Ganoderma, according to Ranjan. RGGL a day keeps the doctors away, cardiologists away. He said that this is the statement given by Dr. Ranjan, who is a well-renowned cardiologist of the world. So I cannot say no to it, because the cardiology books, textbook, is mentioning Ganoderma spirulina as one of the best alternative medicine supports for heart and blood vessels. So the biggest organ of your body, being blood vessels, is going to affect your heart also. So the cordyceps, spirulina, and your Ganoderma. These are the best things for any heart patient.
Thank you, doctor. And there is one question for me. Where we can get the recording, please inform. All the webinar recordings will be available in YouTube, DXN Middle East. You can go to the DXN Middle East page, and you will get from today onwards, all the webinar will be uploaded in DXN Middle East page. Thank you. And there is one more question, doctor. Along with medicine, all DXN products are safe or not?
Of course, there is no interaction.
Like
but change the time.
Medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, change the time. Change the time. Don't take all things together, because there is a fight going on inside the stomach to which one to go first. So you take the medicine on time, and change the time of the food, because this is the food. It has to be taken before. Most of our products are taken before food, and most of the medicine are taken after food, except one medicine, thyroxine, which you take, or anti-inflammatory, some of the drugs which are required to take without any food, because they don't get absorbed. So other than that, all the medicine are taken for granted to be taken after food. But all the food supplements are food, they have to be taken before food. So one thing is that. Secondly, depending upon your systemic integrity or health, what medicines you are taking. Like, for example, there was a very good question that if you are taking aspirin, it is antiplatelet. Our products are also antiplatelet. It will enhance the chances of bleeding. Yes, true, because platelet are susceptible to food and susceptible to food-like drugs. Aspirin is reducing the platelet, so clotting mechanism will be reduced. So whosoever is taking aspirin should be careful to check the blood value of platelets. If your blood CBC is dictating a low platelet, then you should not take aspirin. Your products are adaptogen. They will not reduce platelets if they are not needed. See, adaptogen means anything which is high, it will reduce. Anything which reduce, it will make it up to the mark. It will not let it go beyond the normal range. So you should not worry, but you should reduce Rishi or spirulina because both are antiplatelets if you are taking aspirin. But keep in touch with your blood picture because
Thank
your
you,
blood
doctor.
picture is going to tell antiplatelet.
There are so many comments which is coming saying so much of thanks to you because many people were searching for an English webinar and they are so happy. There are so many comments are coming, and there is a last question. I'll ask the last question by a leader. Is there any dosage specification for our DXN product, or can we eat any amount?
Yeah, see, this is the question in answer in itself. When we say food, food doesn't have dosage. Food has required. How much you require or you need. If I'm thirsty with 1 glass of milk, or with 1 glass of water is enough for me, it's enough for me. But you may be thirsty for 4 glasses. So depending upon individual requirement, you set the dose. According to the diseases, if you are taking in a particular disease, it should be in a higher requirement, higher need. Like for example, for the cancer, the research says it should be 1 gram per kg. 1 gram of Rishi per kg. If I am 80 kg, I should take 80 gram per day to kill my cancer. So if I am not having any cancer, so I should take it at a moderate ganoderma dosage already mentioned by Dr. Lim, at least 2 to 4 pairs or at least 3 tablespoons or 3 scoops that is provided by the company. You can take it 3 to 4 scoops a day. But once you are maintained and you're out of the disease, come back to 2 scoops a day. Similarly, spirulina, not more than 1 gram is needed. So you should take 4 to 6. If you are anemic, maybe I have to give you 40. If you are having a higher requirement, you need more. Moranzi, if your stomach is upset, I can drink the whole bottle in a day, one go. No side effects. Similarly,
Thank you, doctor,
night,
for
if
your
you have a nervous
wonderful
factor, you
answer.
increase.
We will
4
be
to 6
finishing this session, the seminar session, and it was a great training program. I think almost all attendees enjoyed well, and this video is available in YouTube. And every day, the importance is DXN Middle East is announcing every day one webinar. In May also, there will be 31 webinar. Maybe it will be more, but there must be 31 webinar. That means every day you can expect a webinar banners. Please join with our webinar, and you can also watch our webinars later in YouTube also. Thank you very much. Take care, doctor.
Thank you very much, Bobin, and thank you very much, audience. If you have any questions, you can give it to the management, and we can have a session of only Q&A, having the questions before, and then we can manage only that session being question answer. Thank you very much for being there. Stay safe, stay home, and make yourself healthy.
Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much. Take care.
Take care. Ma salam.